Welcome back to eBEFOREi. Hope you're all having a good evening. We're streaming live from Atlanta, Georgia, and it's been a while. I have not live streamed on this channel in a very long time. It's been maybe years. Did do a video on this channel about a year ago on the Netflix special, and it's been largely dormant. I've been streaming and doing some things over on another channel called the No Wheat Geek, because I can't eat wheat. So I thought it was a cute name, but no one agreed with me. Oh, my girlfriend said, no, you should go back to eBEFOREi. She likes that name. I've been doing this for years. So I thought I'd come back and talk about some things here that you all may have an interest in. We'll talk about toys. We'll talk about pro wrestling, the WWE. Talk about Hollywood news. Talk about a little bit of everything. And as always, anything you want to talk about yourselves, just get with me here in comments, and we'll make this a go. Some things with toys real quick that have interested me as of late. This came in the mail just the other day, and this is, as it's falling apart in my hand, I promise it's going to get up in the camera. This is the G2 G-Axis, and this figure is pretty great. Not perfect. You may have heard that the figure is perfect, but it's good. The robot mode is perfect. I'll just straight tell you. This alt mode is not, and that is why right here. That is the inexcusable bottom of a transforming jet vehicle with parts just hanging. Those are obviously arms. Got some hollow stuff under here. So not perfect, but you know, it's a pretty good vehicle, and the robot mode is absolutely spectacular. Alex says, howdy-ho, he's arrived. Hey, Alex, welcome to the stream. Hopefully things are going well with you. Another thing that has caught my eye on toys are these WWE kind of Masters of the Universe type figures. This is the Honky Tonk Man. The greatest intercontinental champion of all time. There he is. He's again in the Masters. He's a Mattel figure, so he's very much in the kind of like the new Origins figures for Masters, but a very premium like figure. Got Memphis on the tights, some guitar paint. He also comes with his cloth jumpsuit and some extra hands and such. Yes, he is Elvis on roids. Absolutely right. If Elvis were to have roided up right here, he'd probably still be with us. But anyway, there is the Honky Tonk Man. I want to talk about a few other toys before we move on to other things. In the same vein as Honky Tonk Man, I also managed to pick up Ric Flair. I haven't opened him up yet, but Flair, 16-time, arguably more, world heavyweight champion, and this figure, pretty good for a toy exaggerated face of Flair. Get that to focus and get my lights out of the mix. Pretty decent face, and he comes with a microphone, cloth robe, I think some extra hands, and a pair of sunglasses. But yeah, these figures are cool. They're a little on the pricey side compared to Masters figures, but that's what we got there. Some other things with G.I. Joe that have come up recently. Oh man, Iron Knife, Spirit. It's just looking so good. I haven't opened the box yet, obviously, but the G.I. Joes are coming in. I kind of gave up on the Joes for a while. There just wasn't a lot happening. I didn't think that Hasbro was managing the property that well. And then they go and release these figures. And yep, Crocmaster, Fiona right there. Very cool looking. I can't pass up a giant alligator in plastic form. I just can't. And I make a lot of trips to Florida. If I need to throw one of these at an actual alligator as a distraction, I will absolutely do that. Last one, this is a childhood special thing for me, is the G.I. Joe Storm Shadow and the classified series. And this is one of those figures I had as a kid, and really, really just brings back crazy good memories. I have a Storm Shadow classic somewhere up here. I can't point correctly, but there is an old Storm Shadow, and this is the updated version. So very excited about that. Very, very exciting about that. Now, as far as other toys are concerned, I am collecting other Transformers as well. I haven't been doing Transformers reviews, but I've got all sorts of figures around here that I've been enjoying as of late that are sitting here on my desk. And very excited for Motormaster to come in. I've been collecting a lot of He-Man, Masters of the Universe stuff, and look at this Beast Man. That's a Beast Man. This is from the Revelation series, and I think they're knocking it out of the park. That's just my opinion. By the way, this guy I found at Target, and there's plenty of them at Target. He also has his classic inspired getup. If you wanted to do something like that, would be kind of cool. So anyway, that's what's been going on in the Toyverse here. Again, the reviews, I still watch YouTube reviews on Transformers, and there are some guys that are just absolutely killing it right now. If I'm giving shameless plugs, MGO316 still going. He was one of my influences when I first started doing YouTube Transformers reviews back in 2011, 12, a long time ago. But MGO's still like all the time doing uploads, and they're exactly the same as they were from the very beginning, including the skits at the end. But he does both transformations to and from, and then also does just transform it videos if you want all the fluff out and just want instructions, which I need a lot. Chefatron, also one to check out. He's been on the YouTubes for a long time. Prime versus Prime, if you want somebody to show you something 6 months before it comes out. I think Prime versus Prime, he's got some contacts in the factory. He's got to, or he's paying big money. But that guy comes out with some figures, and he uses my catchphrase of rinse and repeat on the other side. I started that, I think. But I love Prime versus Prime stuff, and excited when he shows me something way in advance. Also, Chuck Dog. I love Chuck's reviews. Chuck Dog with WG 1999, I think, is his channel. And he is a fantastic YouTuber. He started doing daily vlogs. I try to catch his stuff a lot. I don't comment as much as I should. Sorry, Chuck, but I do watch a lot of your stuff, and I appreciate your videos very much. So those guys are absolutely killing it in Transformers reviews. I'll continue to show off toys on this channel, but for the full-on step-by-step instructions, those are great places to go and see those things. Want to talk about a few other things that are on my mind. Let's stick with the toys for just a second. We are getting close to the Transformers Legacy Buzzworth Bumblebee Dinobot Voyager coming to Target here in the States, I believe. All the Buzzworthy Bumblebee figures are. Again, this redeco of Dinobot in this pink color. I don't know what the deal is with this. Maybe somebody watching this does. But this to me looks like undercooked chicken, and it's gross. I don't like it. There have been two repaints of Dinobot so far. This is number 3, I think. I could be wrong. But this one I don't think I'll be picking up. I'm not a fan of that color. But maybe some of you guys are going to pick him up, but I would expect that soon. That came from tformers.com. I try to give credit when I remember. Also on tformers.com, they said there's no pictures here, but I thought this was interesting. They said another studio series War for Cybertron inventory listing drops in for the deluxe Barricade character. They think that it could be something from the 2010 High Moon Studios War for Cybertron game, because Barricade is in that game, but he was not in the Netflix series. So, do we have an old school Barricade coming to us from the War for Cybertron games? I'm there for it if we do. Like it says, time will tell, but there is a product listing and they credit JT Prime 17. So there you go. And if that's something you're interested in, grab that UPC, take a cell phone pic of it, or just go and look up the article and see if you can find this guy in the wild. All right, one more thing, toy-wise, also from tformers.com. This is Legacy Armada Starscream, and at first glance, I thought, oh, okay, we're getting the deluxe version that we got years ago in a Legacy box. I had some friends of mine also say the same thing, and turns out that no, this is, I don't know if you see it right there, my cursor should be there. It is Voyager class, and I perked up when I saw that. So this guy is going to be coming out soon. Here's some better picks. I love this design. I really do. This kind of came after, all the G2 stuff and the Armada stuff came out after I stopped collecting Transformers for a while. So I really was not as familiar with these designs until a lot of the re-releases came out, and then I became big fans. Oh, I can vote. All right, how do I like that a lot. Let's vote great. You vote how you want, but I'm voting great. This is how the voting is turning out. 217 votes. You can tell I look at bases a lot, all these advertisements. I'm a bass player. 48 votes, 55, 3, 2, 1, and 7 people think it's below lame and they don't like it. But that's how that's turning out. Let's get back to the undercooked chicken Dinobot. Let's see if there's a vote there. There is. All right, I have to say, I like the mold, so I'm going to go lame on that one. Let's see how that's turning out. I'm one of 37 people. A lot more, 62 agree with me. Undercooked pink chicken. So anyway, there you go there. Last bit of news. I think maybe that was it. Yep, that's all the Transformers news I wanted to talk about. Again, curious to know what you all are collecting and what you're excited about. What do you have recently that you like? And what are you most looking forward to if you're watching this after the stream? Put it down in comments, and I'm excited to see what y'all are looking forward to. All right, some other things I'm interested in. Not anything to do with Transformers. This is some Hollywood news. Ghostbusters Afterlife, a sequel, gets a release date. I didn't know they were doing a sequel on Afterlife. I'm ashamed to say, because I do some paranormal investigating. I don't know if y'all know this, but I do. And I have a team, a very respected team. And I am a huge fan of Ghostbusters, the first movie and the second, because I was a kid when I saw those things, and they were both just life-changing for me, and maybe played a little part in me doing this on my own. But I have not yet seen Ghostbusters Afterlife. I admit it, haven't seen it. So I have it on something, HBO maybe, but I have access to see it, and I probably should try and catch this soon. But they are going to do a sequel. I didn't think it made that much money. But this says, where does this come from? This comes from Geeks and Gamers. Next year's Christmas season will feature lights from the Ecto-1. Sony has announced the release date for Ghostbusters Afterlife, the sequel, which is currently being called Firehouse, and it will hit theaters on December 20th, 2023. All right, very cool. Firehouse will find the new generation of Ghostbusters in New York City, ready to start the business again with the backing from now billionaire Winston Zedmore. So this is something I'll have to check out. Did you see Ghostbusters Afterlife, and what did you think about that? Please do drop me a comment there. All right, enough of Ghostbusters. Taika Waititi's Star Wars film makes 2023, says the director. I think that's in question now. So Taika, who is currently making news with his version of Thor, Love and Thunder, that's in theaters now, largely, I think people are not liking it. I've heard too jokey, funny, not serious. Some people do. That's cool. But there's a lot that don't. And honestly, my thought, this is not a source or anything like that, but my guess would be that this movie's getting pushed into oblivion. But we'll see. I do not believe it started filming yet. Let's see. Yep, he's saying he's going to be in New Zealand from August until the end. So it's not even going to be filmed. Oh, and Time Bandits? Oh, no. I'm a big fan of Time Bandits. Don't ruin Time Bandits for me. Oh, I'm kind of stressed out about this. Anyway, so they haven't even started filming yet, and the way Lucasfilm is handling the Star Wars franchise, I just don't even see it getting made at this point. But we'll see. I could be wrong about that. All right, some Obi-Wan news. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. On my other channel, the No Wheat Geek, I went into like an hour and 20-minute review of the series as a whole and the finale with my special guest, Silver. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, go check it out and let me know what you thought about that. This thing right here, I didn't think was really that great of a series. The ending I thought was good. Let me correct that. It had good parts to the ending. I thought the very end was atrociously handled, and it did no justice to the Reva character. But apparently, this whole thing was meant to be a movie. They were going to do a movie called Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it was going to be a 3-part film, and the writer wrote everything. It was done. It was ready to be shot. And Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm, came in and nixed it and said, nope, Solo lost money. And so we're going to move this to Disney Plus. And it got chopped up and handed to another writer/director. And it was remade. And they brought in people that admittingly didn't know Star Wars. And they ended the film with Reva. First of all, she knew the biggest secret in the universe that she never should have known, and that is, spoiler, Anakin Skywalker is Darth Vader. And no one knows this, but Reva did. And she was left with a 30-second change of heart from being a very, very bad person to last second not killing a child and being let go by basically the protector of the chosen one, who knew that Luke Skywalker was the son of Anakin, who this person right here wanted revenge, and just said, no, go ahead, it's cool, just leave. So handled, my opinion, quite poorly. Again, if you like it, don't at me, it's fine. I will never tell anybody what they can and can't like, but I certainly do have my own opinions. Curious to know that the original version of this, Reva was killed. Vader kills her. And, that would have made more sense. The writer said, yeah, killed by Vader at the end of it. I wanted this story. I wanted her story to end. I wanted Reva to play her part in the Kenobi Vader story, which was essentially at the end. She was the one that allowed Vader, basically told Vader to stop hunting Kenobi. She ended the obsession Vader had with Kenobi. She claimed it was over, it's done. So that was her role to play. And she'd done so many terrible things, the writer felt that she had to die. You can only redeem so much. I agree, but we got what we got, and that was that. What did you think about Kenobi? Did you watch it? Did you like it? Hit me up in comments. All right, we have some other toy news I forgot to mention. Mattel Creations, by the way, if you tried to pre-order Wondar on Mattel Creations, you're probably not happy with Mattel right now. But they have announced a mega Masters of the Universe Snake Mountain set. Let me see if I have more pictures of this thing. This is expensive and it looks awesome. Yeah, we've got some pictures here. I'm not big on building things. I suck at it, and I don't have a lot of patience. I also hate stickers on Transformers. But I saw this and I was like, I could use this. I could absolutely use this. So anyway, this went on sale on Mattel Creations, and let's see if it's still for sale. I don't think that sold out in 4 seconds like Wondar did. I believe that was properly handled by Mattel. There it is, shop now. I'm clicking. All right, so $321. It's too pricey for me. I have to build things, but it looks pretty darn cool. Is this something that you would buy? Details, yeah, this thing's just, it looks amazing. I'm starting to think about it. Talk me out of this. Anyway, that is on sale now. And when is it releasing? Does it say? No, probably soon. So anyway, if that's something you're interested in, go to creations.mattel.com and click the link. I get no credit for this. I just report on it. That's it. All right. More Hollywood news. Lightyear. Has anybody seen Lightyear? If you have, you are one of 3 people. It's not doing too well. A lot of flack was given to this movie, and all political stuff aside, one of the biggest criticisms was that Tim Allen didn't voice Buzz Lightyear. So hear me out, and maybe somebody knows who's watching this. Tim Allen voiced the show, the original Toy Story, right? He was the voice of Buzz Lightyear. Now, in us as a viewer watching this, we're watching something that is real in a real world. And Andy had his toys, and Buzz Lightyear was his favorite toy based off of a movie or series that he had seen. And if the toy has the voice of the movie, because we don't have like Optimus Prime toys where Optimus Prime doesn't sound like Optimus Prime. I mean, right? I don't think. I've got a couple of talking Prime toys, and they all sound like Peter Cullen. So, anyway, I just don't buy any reason that they wouldn't have Tim Allen voicing the character, and apparently Tom Hanks agrees. He was just talking about how he thought it would have been really cool with Tom Hanks having the Elvis movie and Tim Allen being in Lightyear and them going head to head in the theaters together. That would have been something kind of cool, and didn't understand why it happened. Here he says, I wanted to go head to head with Tim Allen, and they didn't let Tim do it. I don't understand that. Here's the thing. Just as long as people come back to the motion picture theater, I want to go back to the theater with a bunch of strangers and leave with something in common. That's what I want to do, and going to see a movie with him, I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, kind of a strange thing. I think Disney tried to get overly political and overly preachy in some of the previews. Chris Evans was quoted as saying basically that, if you didn't like what was in the film, then you're a terrible person. And people don't like to hear that. So anyway, apparently Tom Hanks agrees. Let's see what else we have on this live stream. Axl Rose has health issues. Oh, he's okay. Bowser, this is a giant Lego kit. Again, I don't have the patience for it, but come on, look at that thing. If you do, I want you to take pictures of this and send it to me, because that thing looks amazing. I also want to know how long it took you to build it. All right, Thor: Love and Thunder. Box office was good, but is not tracking as well as the prior Marvel movie, Doctor Strange. And Doctor Strange fell off a cliff the first few weeks after its release. We'll see whether or not Love and Thunder follows that same thing. Some other Hollywood news: James Caan passed away. Great actor. Obviously in, a lot of different movies. Let's see what this says here. And it's funny, with me, obviously, he was kind of known to play the tough guys and the mafia guys. And I loved him in the series Las Vegas. I admit, I love that show. Such a good show. Let's look at this real quick. So apparently he was filming something. Yep, so he has one final performance in a movie called Fast Charlie with Pierce Brosnan. And that could be interesting. But yeah, from The Godfather to guest appearances everywhere. I want to say that Las Vegas was the first television show that he ever did as a regular. But a great actor, and was up there with the best, with Pacino, De Niro, as they're both noted here. And definitely the the world will miss that one. That's a tough one. All right, more bad news. Gregory Itzin. Did you all watch 24? Back when 24 was a really popular television series. And for those of you that don't know, it was based off of a thing in real time as you watched it. So each minute that would tick in the show, you were following along with television. So, thankfully, no one ever had to use the bathroom in that 60 minutes. But other than that, it was kind of portrayed in real time. And it was a neat concept. And this guy played President Charles. I'm sure he was in many other things, but he was just one of those kind of Nixon-esque characters that you love to hate. He was kind of smarmy, and I was surprised to read that he passed away. Complications during an emergency surgery, 74 years old. Again, one of those great actors that just really knew how to make you hate them. In a good way. A classic heel wrestler. If you're a bad guy, if you draw the heat, if you draw the ratings, you're doing good. And he did what he was supposed to. Speaking of wrestling, I did mention wrestling news. You've all probably heard this by now, but WWE CEO Vince McMahon paid $12 million in hush money to 4 different women, says the latest reports. Is this the end of Vince McMahon? And if so, what does that mean for World Wrestling Entertainment? Let's read on. This is from the AP. Vince McMahon, who stepped aside as CEO of the WWE last month, pending the outcome of a probe into alleged misconduct, paid $12 million in hush money to 4 different women, according to a new report in the Wall Street Journal. The amount and scope of the payoffs is significantly larger than was previously known. Stephanie McMahon, Vince's daughter and a longtime executive at the company, has assumed CEO duties, which, by the way, means nothing because Vince is still in charge of creative, which means she's technically CEO, but Vince is still doing everything. John Laurinaitis, who's the head of talent relations for WWE, is also the subject of the investigation. Among the newly reported settlements was a $7.5 million payment to a former wrestler who said that Vince coerced her into giving him that and then demoted her. In 2005, he decided not to renew her contract after she resisted further sexual encounters. Ooh, that's rough. That is a rough one. So anyway, all of this is going on right now. Does it matter as a viewer? Does this change your mind? Are you still watching wrestling? Do let me know in comments on if that matters to you and what you think a WWE would look like without Vince, because I really don't know. All right, we're getting near the end here. Monty Norman, can't talk, the composer of the classic James Bond theme. That one, the one I'm talking about. He also recently passed away. I believe this article was from today. Yeah, following a short illness, he was 94 years old. His death was announced on the official website, and he did that big band, classic Bond intro theme that is still played and parodied in video games and content all over the world. And it's an icon who passed. So R.I.P. Mr. Norman. I think that's all the news that I have to cover today. I appreciate you all coming along for the ride here. Again, I want to start doing things in this channel, including more kind of overviews of toys, as well as getting into things such as movies and Hollywood and wrestling and Marvel and DC and what are you watching on TV? Make it a bit of a variety show. So anyway, let me know what you're into these days. What toys, what movies, TV, what are you doing? Do let me know, and I'll be back here soon. Until then, I appreciate each and every of you so very much, and I will be back again streaming with you real soon. Bye.